Phoenix has the gun. What the hell were you talking about you found in the news?
Something we covered multiple times before, and we're going to cover yet again because they keep doing it. And I like how you just got our shit got cut off because we put on copyright music. You're like, how about Belle Biv DeVoe though?
Oh, apparently they don't care about these instrumentals playing low, but like, and you know what? Because that song is one of those white people songs.
Annie Lennox is very
like classic white people shit is very protected.
You know that Eurythmics song, that Sweet Dreams?
Yeah,
that's her.
Okay, yeah, and they're like, that shit's only for fucking movie soundtracks that pay me a fucking $100,000 to use it.
More like a few million, but yeah.
Oh, fuck off. Your records you're not that nice. You're not.
So apparently there's this problem with people and their bowels.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, my problem, like, if I eat too much ice cream too fast, it's gonna get explosive. But what's going on? But I don't attack people with it.
Because you are somewhat civilized.
Somewhat.
Yeah. I've heard you at the grocery store.
Only 3/5.
3/5 civilized.
That's fair.
I just like the fact that I can now do the glasses motion.
See?
I know.
Put them at the bridge of your nose when you think someone's full of shit. Yeah.
But then I can't see, so slide it back up.
We sacrifice that for the look.
Beauty is pain, actually. All right, so this story is from Australia. Yes.
Yeah.
They also have a problem that we have. I know people like to be like, America and their fucking problems. Apparently, Australia also has a mad pooper problem. If you recall, we covered, 3 mad pooper stories?
Yeah.
And then we missed 2 mad pooper stories.
I didn't missed them. Therefore, I don't know.
Right, yeah. No, there were 2. There was one in February, and then there was one, in March, and a guy who was a superintendent of a school was taking a shit on the school track.
The superintendent took a shit.
Wait,
now isn't the superintendent, that's like above the principal?
Yes.
That motherfucker hates these damn kids.
Baby, get your kids.
Just holding out, waiting for his pension.
He's not going to get that pension anymore, so he's holding out for nothing.
Then he should have pinched it.
He should not have let it go. I'm sorry, I said Australia. This is actually British. It's in fucking Britain. But it's covered by a news outlet from Australia, so that's what we're doing. All right. A British woman has been caught on CCTV creeping into a driveway to do an enormous poo in broad daylight. It's just hilarious to me that they say poo like that. She did a poo.
And they had to let you know, enormous.
It was an enormous poo in broad daylight. University students Hannah Larkin, age 21, and Harris Stodell, age 20, from... Shit, what the fuck is wrong with your fucking city's names, Britain? Cheltenham and Gloucestershire. I don't fucking know. Gloucestershire? Cheltenham? Cheltenham?
Oh, Cheltenham.
Cheltenham.
Yeah.
I like how you say it with complete confidence as if you fucking know.
Yeah, man.
You don't fucking know.
Yeah, and Gloucestershire.
Is it related to Worcestershire?
Yeah. Or you could go with Gloucestershire.
Isn't it Gloucestershire?
Gloucester.
Shire.
But then you're negating that E.
It's silent.
The silence is E. The E is silent?
The E is silent.
All right. I'm not going to make an easy E joke. That's tacky. We're above that. We're better than that.
Really? Because how many times have you made jokes about, you know what? Never mind.
Everything?
Dead people. You see dead people?
Dead white people.
Okay, get lost, boy. Mm-hmm.
Go visit your big cousin.
All right.
Ches Pacienza.
We're a little mean on this show. This may be the meanest black podcast you've ever come across. All right, so Cheltenham, Gloucestershire, whatever the fuck this place fucking is. They became suspicious when they noticed the unidentified woman walk onto their driveway. You do this in some nigga's driveway? What the fuck? On Sunday morning, when they opened the front door, they discovered, quote, a huge poo used toilet paper, and a toilet roll on the walkway. So she did it on your fucking sidewalk, but like your driveway part of the sidewalk up by your house.
I appreciate the detail. Used toilet paper. It would have been more disturbing if there were bits of toilet paper ripped off but not used.
Oh, that's horrible. But then also a toilet paper roll, so that's the cardboard part. So she went through the whole fucking roll? Like it was that much shit?
Wait, so what? Yeah, so was it the empty roll, or was it like just a roll and whatever was left on it?
I don't know.
Yeah, not specific enough. Like I want detailed investigative journalism on my mad poopers.
When me and my boyfriend got up, we looked at the CCTV footage and thought, who is this woman and what is she doing? Said Miss Lawton. The woman took a look at the front door as if she was looking to get into the back garden, and when she came around to the back for a couple minutes, when we went outside to see what she may have been up to, we opened the door and the smell hit us. I mean, there were flies on it and there were loads of them. The other thing was the size of it. It was huge. There must have been she must have been keeping it in for days. It was so gross. I had to what the fuck? What the fuck is happening now? I had to supervise my boyfriend and getting rid of it, and he put it in the composter, but you could hear him gagging. What the fuck you mean you had to supervise? That nigga don't know how to clean up shit? What? He need help? He need direction? No, there's some left to the right. There's some to the left. Balance on the way to the dumpster bay.
Or maybe they just use the words different. Maybe supervisors just watch and she just doesn't like the fact that she had to see it.
Well, that's a very American way to use supervise. I'm a supervisor. I'm not actually here to work. I'm just here to monitor.
Yeah, see? So America capitalized on it.
So she supervised her boyfriend in getting rid of it and could hear him gagging on his way to the composter. But there was no way I could bring myself to do it, and we did not have another way of disposing of it. Miss Lawton said they informed police because they were concerned about someone coming onto their property. Yeah. They have a picture.
Tally Loco said it's Shitshire.
It is Shitshire.
I don't know if you knew that.
Shittingham and Shitshire.
Shittingham. That's fantastic.
They have a picture, just so you know, William.
Yes.
It is the empty toilet paper roll next to a large mass of toilet paper. He's like, wait, let me see that though.
Yeah, they did. They cleared that fucking roll. Really? They edited out the poo? You know, even edited out.
We have decency rules. You have to edit out the enormous poo.
It still looks massive.
We have rules in England.
You have to edit out the poo. It looks like a dumbbell the way it's edited out. Like you can get swole on that.
You might get something on that. So she informed the police that I didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or be angry. The neighbors were walking past and I didn't want them to think it was us. The police had been called and the officer said, yeah, I don't know how the fuck you live that your neighbors thought it might have even been you. Like, I don't know how you fucking live.
Yeah.
Like,
now maybe it was.
Right. No, it's not, because they have her picture blurred out from the CCTV footage. And like her best thing is like her body does not look big enough to like let out that much shit at one time.
Hey man, you don't know the shit dynamics. What? Take a physics class. Learn about it.
A physics class about shit, William.
Then you're never gonna learn. Like, remain ignorant. Like, you could know thyself.
I will remain ignorant. Thank you. Thank you.
You're shignorant, nigga. No shit. All right, that's a new word. Shignorant is a person that don't know shit.
Shignorant. All right. So the neighbors were walking past. I didn't want them to think it was us. The police been called and the officer said they'd never heard nothing of this sort happening before. It was the first time for them. Earlier this year, a Brisbane corporate executive dubbed the Poo Jogger made global headlines after fed up residents of an apartment block where he regularly deposited his wares.
What? Regularly deposited his wares?
When you say wares, it's some shit you try to buy. Ain't nobody trying to buy your shit. Like your literal shit. Nobody wants it.
Deposited his wares?
Deposited his wares.
Where he fucking delivered the merchandise.
Not long after, Sydney was hit by its own poo jogger, a blonde woman caught on CCTV defecating outside a bottle shop. What the bottle shop?
I don't know.
What the fuck you foreign people be doing?
Bottle shop?
I don't know.
See, they could be using bottle for something we're not using. Like, could it be bottles of alcohol? Like, what bottles
Like
are
a
they?
liquor store?
The bottle shop.
I'm gonna ask Jay. Jay lives in Australia. They know.
Yeah.
And then of course, and they thought it was a large dog. And of course, in the U.S., a female jogger dubbed the Mad Pooper became public enemy number 2 for Colorado Springs.
Now, we got that one,
We got
right?
that one. Yes. Who complained of a mystery woman defecating on her lawn at least once a week for 2 months. Then there was the Poo Bomber, a Sydney kleptomaniac who got a rush while shoplifting. Oh, such a rush while shoplifting that experts said she lost control of her bowels and defecated in a shop before leaving.
They probably don't mean in the bathroom of the
Like
shop.
the worst orgasm ever. You shit on yourself when you. All right.
When you just and what was the turn on?
Stealing.
What was her shitty shades of gray?
Stealing.
All right. She had a feeling for the stealing.
I feel for the stealing.
When I start to stealing, I need shit you won't healing. Shit you
So wait,
won't-
what is her safe word? Damn. All right.
Skid mark.
That very well could be her safe word. While there's been little study into the motivations behind public defecation, psychologist Sandy Ray has speculated it is partly the thrill of not being caught.
Nah, that doesn't work for me.
You're happy. You're doing it for the thrill of not getting, but it's shit. It's literally shit. Like, that's embarrassing to get caught for.
And there's no sink with hot water and soap.
Oh.
So you're just kind of just moving along there. Like, I don't even like buckle in my belt and all that stuff before I wash my hands. Like, you realize you're contaminating all that shit if you buckle it all up before hands. I know niggas is checking themselves right now.
Yeah.
You're mad at me because of your lifestyle choices.
Well, so they get a thrill, they get an arousal, but the underlying gratification is anger and a thought disorder. It's a big fuck you, and where the thought and anger of the disorder comes. The repeat behavior and never getting caught reinstates the I do what I want to do mentality.
Wait, is this a psychologist or something saying this?
Yes.
All right, I guess. See, and you said you didn't want to study shit, but
And
apparently
here the fuck we are.
there's a career in it.
Not my career.
All the things you could have been. You could have been some shit.
I could have been some shit,
But
but
nigga, you ain't shit.
here I am.
Literally.
Never started shit, never was shit, never gonna be shit.
I get don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
So this can occur when a person is really angry at someone or something. It could be an individual person or perhaps an organization. This is revenge. This is revenge, and a person feels entitled. They think, if this is what I want to do, I can and I will.
Worst resistance ever. An organization. That was the word I cracked that. I was holding it in so you could get it out there. Tally Loco in the archive chat space, winecellar.com on the Facebooks. Said my safe word is skid mark. Chris Burge said safe word wipe. Which I get, maybe you want to keep it down to one syllable. I don't know. Is that safer?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Wipe.
Wipe. Or it could just be shit.
Could just be shit. But that's what you're doing though, so that they don't know.
Weird. That's weird.
They're just like, oh, so more, huh? Whew. People would not, if someone's tuning in for the first time, this program, I mean, and actually, like I do, like I, you know, before we move forward, I did open up my, my news.google thing, which does not update as well as it used to. So I am behind on stuff. So if folks do have, serious stories, you can lace me up. Chris Burge in the archive chat space, said some MAGA folks, which that's a word now. Some MAGA folks are going to be doing this over Cap and the Nike situation.
Woo!
Angrily shitting in Foot Locker.
They probably fucking will.
But yeah, in in my news.google.com, skibidibidoo, brutal attack of a trans woman sparks fear in Malaysia's LGBTQ community.
Yo.
What up?
Speaking of Malaysia, they actually just caned 2 lesbians for engaging in same-sex acts.
Caned?
Caned.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And let me make sure your microphone is on point and loud and good.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And also going on skibby flippy dibby doo. Where is this? Transgender woman was brutally assaulted in Nigeri, Symbian, and Malaysians are outraged. Wait a second. No. That looks like a fake website. Whoopsie days. Fake. Thanks, news.google. Google fighting fake news. Yeah, that looks like one of those fake silly websites. Rising concern in Malaysia's LGBT community after attack of transgender woman. That's the same story that's at the top. A victory fund condemns Fox News' transphobic attacks on historic transgender candidate Christine Hallquist. And my sex workers' rights news just doesn't update worth a fuck.
Right.
Like that shit is just not even popping at all. Like that shit is fucking Bill O'Reilly's career.
Yeah.
But let's see. There's something from four days ago on the Associated Press. Sex workers union ignites debate over prostitution in Spain.
Yeah, the sex workers actually have their own union there, and the government is trying to repeal it.
You can't have a union.
Right.
Because bad. Which, I mean, how many people in the government are clients? I always want to know.
Is the thing. Sex workers in Spain actually, like, I think 2 years ago threatened to go on strike if they kept fucking with their rights. So, yeah. You know. Yeah.
These fucking guys.
Yes.
And of course they're fucking guys. Well, guys and the swerfs.
Yeah.
That are, you know, they're so anti-patriarchy, they team up with some of the most misogynistic cis hetero men. Well, hetero publicly men of all times. Excuse.
Oh, shit.
And, all right. But yeah, that stuff is always going on.
Right.
And, you know, what else?
Oh, did you want a couple headlines?
Oh, if you got them, but I just wanted to say, like, as the Wine Cellar goes forward, right, like, we're like, woo, 700 episodes, all right, 700 club, Pat Robertson better be dead by the end of this episode, and but, like, program isn't that there's not going to be big changes, there's no big announcements, it's going to be the same stuff, right, it's going to be the same, yo, look at this capitalism shit, yo, look at this transphobic shit, look at this sex workers' rights shit, look at this misogynor shit over here. You know, and at times, like, I do talk about, you know, like, white man on white woman misogyny. I do talk about that, too, but I make sure I specify that I am talking about that because white women issues are pretty well covered.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you remember the Grenfell Tower fire in England? Yeah?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, so that was like a huge fire, and it became a big deal because a bunch of people died in like this high-rise building because it turned out like, I don't know, like the management or the homeowners, whoever the fuck was in charge, basically put up like shit products when they built it to save money that were not fireproof kind of shit. So this webpage keeps crashing. However... Fucking A. Someone named Jenny McDonough, who was a boss at the borough council, was supposed to give money to the victims, and she stole £62,000 from them. Like, yeah, that money was for victims, and she went on vacation with it and shit. So
$62,000 for one fuck vacation.
Well, it was a vacation, haircuts, clothes shopping, and some dinners.
$62,000.
Yeah.
What, like, the finest black barber in Brooklyn pre-gentrification must have did that haircut.
I've seen her haircut. It was not that nigga.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it Edward Scissorhands?
Quite possibly.
All right.
Yeah. A woman named Kelly Coltrane died in a Mineral County jail. The story is actually on Reading the Shade, if you want to check it out. But it's just like a really wild story because she got stopped for speeding tickets, and then because she had so many unpaid tickets, they took her to jail. But she was also had a history of seizures and was also a drug addict. And so she was started detoxing in jail because she couldn't get out. and she told them she needed to go to the hospital, and they were like, fuck you, detox in pain, basically, because you deserve it, you fucking druggie kind of attitude. And then she vomited all over her cell, and she's like, I'm really sick, I have to go to the doctor, I'm having seizures. And they just gave her a mop and told her to clean it up herself, and she couldn't even get out of bed. And then she literally died like 90 minutes later, and she was dead in her bed for about 5 hours until somebody noticed. So that happened. Like, good cops.
Hashtag good cops.
And Ryan Coleman is a construction worker in Oregon who got fired from his job because he wouldn't go to mandated Bible study meetings.
Freedom!
Yes.
Is coming. Come on!
Yes. And then there's an investigation into Mississippi prisons because 17 prisoners died in the last 3 weeks. I'm sure that was all natural causes every single time. And in Ohio, I think the FBI is investigating because somehow 29 people managed to get infected with fentanyl, and they don't know where it came from. And they had to be hospitalized, and a bunch of prisoners had to get, Narcan?
Yeah.
They had to get Narcan because people were overdosing and no one knows where it came from. But the wild thing is most of the people got infected were guards and staff, not inmates.
Oh, shit.
So just take that how you will take that. So yeah, I was reading real news too.
Yes.
Before I got to the funny news.
But we don't cover no shit like that.
We don't cover no shit like
man.
that. Oh, I forgot about that one.
Meanwhile.
Yes.
In Florida. But also, meanwhile, in the archive chat space on winecellarmedia.com on the Facebooks, Chris Burge continuing, going back previously, Spain's government is shit right now.
Yes.
Reactionary as hell. Indeedly do, neighbor. And you can go over to winecellarmedia.com on the Facebooks, right? You go in your Facebook.com search bar and put in winecellarmedia.com. You go to the Martha Fracken page, scroll down, be like, oh shit, there's a video of them niggas talking about stuff, and leave a comment. And also, go on iTunes, leave a 5-star review. We need that shit, nigga. Florida, entrepreneurship, wise. What?
All right, fine.
So you're hating on white ingenuity.
Yes.
And beard gang.
Yes.
A Florida couple was arrested last week as they were caught allegedly selling drugs out of their mobile home in a way with which you wish you were selling drugs out of your mobile home.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. William Parrish Jr. and Mackenzie Dobbs of Ocala, Florida, were arrested on the 23rd of August after investigators raided their mobile home following reports of 4 drug overdoses in the area, which was reported by local outlet WFTV, West Florida TV, and this is reposted by FoxNews.com. Fox News covers a lot of white-on-white crime.
They do.
And they don't even know they're doing it. But, they get our clicks.
Well, because it's, the, like the judgy, like, drug dealers and drug addicts, or like, that sort of thing. They love covering that shit.
Or your constituents.
Whoa, let's not get carried away.
The Ocala policy overseers, or as Scotty Reed calls them, slave catchers, Ocala police said that the couple had turned a kitchen window into a drive-through so customers would not have to constantly enter and exit their home. See, they gotta worry about people with their dirty ass feet. That's smart. That's smart.
No, it's not.
Bean Scalita's looking real snooty with her fucking glasses, looking down on it. Ma'am. Don't librarian face me. No. I'll talk as loud as I fucking want. Your goddamn library. I pay taxes for it. I can yell in it.
No, you can't.
I can piss on a cop's leg at Disney World and say, fuck Trump. Classic.
No, you can't.
White on white crime. Ma'am.
Don't tase me, bro.
That's one of the greatest fucking things I ever heard in the world. And somebody made a rap song out of it.
I still like that you're treating me like a fucking black person.
Let's see. And this is a quote from the Ocala police captain, Stephen Cuppy.
All right.
That's his name. He said, quote, we were seeing some overdose incidents that were happening in this particular area, specifically at this particular location. There's some heroin sales that were going on there. Subsequently, through the investigation, we were able to determine that product was laced with fentanyl. End quote. Captain Stephen Cuppy. Overdoses led the police fellers to alleged hashtag Ocala. Why is there a hashtag in the middle of the article? Fuck it. Get your click how you get it. From the hashtag Ocala Drug House that had a drive-through window. Mr. William Parrish was charged with driving under the influence, keeping a dwelling used to sell possession of drugs with intent to sell, and resisting arrest without violence, according to the Marion County Sheriff's Office inmate records. And Mackenzie Dobbs, a 20-year-old individual, has been charged with keeping a dwelling used to sell drugs, possession of drugs with intent to sell, possession of fentanyl, and possession of fentanyl with intent to sell, court records show. So Mr. William Parrish Jr. told WFTV his son had been, quote, trying to get him to straighten himself out.
Okay.
And maintained reports of overdoses were a lie.
Sure.
And of course they have their mug shots up there. And of course, first off, the first comment in the comment section is I have it on good authority that Mensa has denied their request for membership. And then, but there was one that's just like, here we go, men being fellers. Where is that motherfucker? It said, dooba-dooba-doo. Here we go. She needs some rehab and a makeover, but the potential is there.
Why are men?
And then Richard III, right under that comment, said, yes, then she could be an Instagram model. And someone else said he'd be a good candidate for that new lightning laser tattoo removal gear. Yep. There you have it.
Okay.
Men fellers being dude bros.
All right.
Let me take a look at the archive chat space. Oh, there's Hotep Mike posted up in the joint. Astra Loco posted up in the joint. There's G. Devin Schmiff posted up in the joint. Tally Loco's there.
Oh, I see. G. Devin is taking a break from the fake black account on Twitter.
Jessica DeBay, is that fake black account?
Oh, yeah, there's a fake black account on Twitter that I somehow got wrangled into a thread with. And he's like, and I was like, this is not a black person. Like, I'm just not a nigga like you. Like, you just not a nigga at all, really.
Wrangled.
Yes.
Now, there's a fun factor. You'll want to go to winecellarmedia.com and see this and scroll down a bit. There's an image a journalist took of the mobile home, and they actually have a closed sign in their drug drive-through window with the clock on when they'll be back.
Punctual drug dealers. Who doesn't love that, actually?
You know what? Back when I used to toke on the reefers, I really liked a fucking delivery person that was actually there in 35 minutes.
Yes.
I strongly appreciated that. Man, I like token on the reefer, but I can't right now. Just can't do it. But man, reefer is good. I strongly recommend it. Except some folks, might not be not good for you. But I'll tell you what. Now, off the beat, a man jailed after... What made you pick this story? You're making me... Wet Willie?
Yes.
That's something I never tolerated. Like when I found out white people did that, I was like, you keep your fucking out of my goddamn.
Apparently his girlfriend wasn't with it either. See?
Yeah, no one's ever fucking attempted to do that shit to me.
Of course they haven't, because you're you.
Yeah, but because fucking, especially white males, like they don't care that you said no. So I make that one extra. I'd fucking preemptively tell their parents, like, you don't put your fucking spit on me. So a Wet Willie caper?
I wouldn't call it a caper, but a Wet Willie situation.
a situation.
Yeah.
That it shouldn't even be that.
It shouldn't be, but here we are, because white men what'd you just say? They don't take no for an answer.
No, Pat Robertson better be dead. All right. Off the beat. Man jailed after wet willy caper in St. Lucie County. 47-year-old individual was jailed. And in his mugshot, he pretty much looks how white men look after, like, someone said no and they kept going and there were actual consequences. Like, they can't believe it. He's all frown. Like, I bet he is pouting hard.
Mm-hmm.
So his name is Joseph Searcy of the 1000 block of Trinidad Avenue in Fort Pierce. And he was arrested on a battery charge after August 15th incidents. So the St. Lucie's sheriff's deputy went to Searcy's listed address. Remember, that's his name, Searcy, Joseph Searcy. And his girlfriend said that Searcy was drunk on the living room floor when she got home from work. All right.
Yes.
Pulling himself up by his bootstraps.
Or hers.
Pulling himself up by her Ugg straps. But, oh yeah, just so you know, black people talking about white women and pumpkin spice is misogyny.
If y'all don't calm the fuck down.
Fun things are fun. The girlfriend said that Searcy accompanied her and her daughter to another home where Searcy continued to drink and be belligerent, the affidavit states. On the way home, she said that Joseph Searcy started grabbing her hand and pulling her arm. And further, she said that Mr. Joseph Searcy continued by giving her a wet willy, sticking his finger in her ear, an affidavit states.
Disgusting.
According to the Urban Dictionary, a wet willy is a prank in which the prankster is a nasty-ass white person that does gross things, like licks or spits on their finger and sticks it in the victim's ear. Victim, that is the correct word.
Yes.
And then they turn it around and around. The daughter of Joseph Searcy's girlfriend confirmed her mother's account. Mr. Searcy declined to give a written statement, but said he wasn't intoxicated. That reminds me of fucking, so I have a biological father who might still be alive because super nigga genes. And when I was in his custody, briefly, right, October 15th, 1993 to like going right into spring 1996. I don't really have a date. And he was a crackhead, and he had his crackhead girlfriend. They had their crackhead and meth head friends, and one of them was Randy and Faith. They were actually on an episode of Cops. I'd like to dig through the archives and find that episode. Randy and Faith are classic on there. And I remember, man, like, it was one of those times where, like, you know, an extended period of, you know, like 2 or 3 months with no electricity in the house. So we stay at their house because despite them also being crackheads, Randy carried his ass to work and paid the electric bill. And Randy gets fucking hammered and fucking just goes to sleep and gets up fucking soaked. And he's like just announcing to everyone in the living room, I pissed myself. Somebody get me some pants. Somebody come on, and then Faith is just like, nobody's getting you. Get your own pants. You pissed yourself. And he's just like, so you're not going to get me pants when I pissed myself. Well, that's fucked up. And I'm pretty sure he went back to sleep in those pants because he just went back in that room and there was no more noise. It's just like, man, this is that shit. It's like one day I'm going to be an adult and not have to be around people like this. Man. And I'm pretty sure this guy ain't much different than Randy.
No.
So you're not gonna get me some pants.
No.
Fucking archive chat space on the Facebook. Tally Loco. Ugg straps and pumpkin spice lattes. That's gross. Exclamation. All right. Ooh, excuse me. And Hotep Mike. said, I've only ever given wet willies as a return fire for a wet willy.
That's disgusting. No.
No. I like fight fire with fire, but you're gross, Hotep Mike.
That's good. Yeah, if somebody, I'm just punching them. Like, I'm not fucking doing that. No.
But then again, he is a Hotep.
He is a Hotep.
Yeah, that's like his Nefertiti thing.
Oh, yeah.
What?
No.
It's the real Hebrew Israelite.
Wow. Hotep Mike.
All right, so good food, bad food, misogyny. What you want to do?
Sounds like a fucking game show. We have a dead body behind this curtain. Did they die because they had too much good food and had a heart attack, too much bad food and had food poisoning, or was it just misogyny and a man was involved? Let's find out. What the fuck that shit sounds like?
Well, you know where you go to find out.
Florida. Florida has all the answers, you guys.
So, this individual's name is Norman Avil. All right, Norman Auvil. Norman Avil, a 42-year-old individual of Orlando. I escaped. He was arrested Thursday and charged with, quote, shooting onto the dwelling and abuse of a disabled adult. All right, hey, this is an ableism story as well. Fantastical. And this was according to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, and they said that Mr. Avil was drinking beer with the restaurant owner's son, Michael Johnson, who was upset about the review. This is all white. And I know it's a Florida story, but having been an Orlando resident for 12 years, I'm telling you, this is such a fucking Orlando story. This is so fucking, even the names, the fucking names.
Yeah.
The men found the reviewer, Monica Wally's address, and drove to the home. Wait, now how the fuck did they find her address?
I don't know.
They're friends on 4chan?
Maybe.
I have my guesses.
Maybe because she was the one who complained at the restaurant, so maybe I don't know.
Credit card number?
Credit card information, so they could look up her legal name and shit. Maybe.
Motherfuckers.
I believe that they had been regulars at the restaurant, so maybe they just knew her.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Jesus Christ. Good food, bad food, or misogyny? Let's find out. The men found reviewer Monica Wally's address and drove to her home, which was reported from WFTV and reposted by Fox News, your source of white-on-white crime. Mr. Avil was in a SUV sport utility vehicle with Michael Johnson at the time of the incident before Mr. Avil allegedly shot into the home 3 motherfuck times. Wally said her father, Ken Wally, so Monica, her father, whose name is Ken, they were at the Holden Heights home when they were shot at August 20th. Quote, I actually could feel the air from the bullet as it passed by me. God damn. That's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
That was Ken Wally. I did the wrong voice. Fuck, that might be how he sounds. We all heard Lindsey Graham. He told Fox 35 Orlando. He said that he was sitting on the couch when the bullet flew by his head, narrowly missing him. The Orange County Sheriff's Office said the shots were fired in retaliation for a negative review Monica Wally wrote about the Daybreak Diner. The gunfire happened on the same night her review was posted. So niggas just stay looking at the shit. Mm-hmm. Oh, and they have Twitter tweets linked. You can find this shit through winecellarmedia.com. Monica Wally said she wrote the review after the restaurant refused her disabled mother's service. Damn, these motherfuckers. I'm telling you, these are some straight down the line Orlando assholes as I understand them to be.
Okay.
These fucking guys. Not Monica. I mean, she might be. She's white, but you know. Her mother's service, Wally said the restaurant told her mother she needed to be accompanied by another person if she wanted to dine there. She said the restaurant told her mother she could order and wait for her food in her vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Now I want to know if she's white. I don't think they would treat a disabled white woman like that. I don't know.
Well, if you keep reading, it says that she had issues like falling.
She was falling down?
Yeah. So, like, I get the impression they were like, we don't want to actually deal with that if you come in here and fall, so just leave. Like, that's the impression I get.
Damn, we don't want to fucking help somebody.
Yeah, basically.
Because libertarian wasteland. That's what I call Florida.
But Florida's the way to go, you know?
Oh, my God. Oh, somebody noticed.
Yes.
Is there a superhero attached to Phoenix's microphone?
Ha! Yes, that is Evil Lynn. If you remember the He-Man She-Ra days.
Evil Lynn?
Yes.
She plays the violin?
Yes.
All right. So Wally said her mother had fell at the restaurant in the past and had gone to the restaurant after that with a companion. Quote, it was my mother's birthday, and all she wanted was her favorite Greek omelet. She arrived back home in tears, end quote. Following the post, the diner received angry phone calls and negative comments from online users. And that like back when motherfuckers were first arguing for the Second Amendment, one of the arguments that came from can't remember if it was a Congress critter or a senator out of Texas. I think it was a senator out of Texas. I haven't read about this shit in like 5 or 6 years. But they argued that that you should be able to shoot somebody for offending you. Yeah. Which obviously they were talking about white men, and like, see, the idea still stands. Like, I should be able to shoot you for saying words I don't want you to say about me.
Right.
That's that. That is classic white mannery.
Well, that's that. You remember that the creepy Southern uncle you would like talk to him on the phone once? My uncle.
Yeah.
Like, he said that a lot. He's like, yeah, somebody died, but sometimes some boys just need killing. Like, oh.
Okay.
All right. Sometimes they just need killing. Okay, that's a fantastic way to go. Okay, yeah.
What? But somehow he's never one of them boys.
Ever. Weird how that happens.
And quote from the restaurant's owner Elizabeth Johnson. She said, quote, social media campaign resulted in negative online reviews, negative social media posts, and harassing and angry phone calls to the restaurant. The restaurant's owner, Elizabeth Johnson, later stated she felt that day that her business was ruined as a result of the negative social media campaign. Well, fucking don't be ableist fuck sticks.
Right?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Matter of fact, you know what? And you're a business owner, right? Maybe you should have capitalismed better.
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, come on down here. The factory's hiring. I'll deliberately undertrain you and watch you fail and get fired. Fuck face.
You can't do that. No, actually, you totally can. You should. That's awesome.
I don't like these motherfuckers.
Who does?
All right, fucking let's bring this one to an end. Yeah.
We have one more.
One more, and then net neutrality.
Yes, because we gotta cover this.
What?
Man.
All right, you do it.
Why I gotta do it?
It's on your smart device.
Oh.
I didn't put that one in the on the web post. Niggas.
All right. But this one is Colorado, so we're finally out of the hellscape that is Florida.
Huh.
A dog owner in Colorado claims that when he used a dog sitting service to care for his dog while he was away, he came home to find things in his house. And people. Free people in his house?
This is the perfect instrumental for this. I like that they just come on.
Cleet Keller, because that's his fucking name, Cleet, of Colorado Springs, told a local station upon his return home Monday around 1 a.m., he came home to several strange things and his dog was nowhere in sight. Oh, by the way, Cleet's dog is named Jim Jim.
Oh, fucking Christ. It might as well be Florida. Really? We didn't leave Florida. I bet he's at least from there.
He's transplant.
Yeah.
He just went there because the weed business is really good, man.
Yeah, we didn't leave Florida. He did.
When Cleet came home, he noticed that 2 shirtless men were sitting on his living room couch. Yeah.
What the fuck you doing in my shit? Wait, now this is how you know if they were white or not. Did he stand his ground on them?
He told them to leave.
Woo!
And they did.
That's like when Hillary told the bankers to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
You guys cut that out.
Mm-hmm. After they left, Keller said he also noticed other strange items in his living room. There was an open bottle of personal lubricant and a camcorder on the end table.
All right.
So, Jim, Keller's dog, Cleet's dog, Jim.
So they were in there creating content.
They were creating content, but the thing is, neither of those people were the person he hired as the dog sitter.
So that's not their job.
It's not. They don't run the machines.
No, they make viral videos.
They make viral
is what
videos.
they do.
So Jim, Cleet's dog, was reportedly found locked inside a bedroom, sitting in his own urine. That has to smell horrible.
Ooh.
Yes.
Kind of animal abuse story? I don't know if that's in the trigger warning. Shit.
Yeah. Cleet said it's pretty self-explanatory what was going on. There is also what I can only assume to be bodily fluids on my couch.
Yo, you notice how you have to read it in that voice.
Dude, his name is Cleet and his dog's name is Jim. What the fuck you thought was gonna happen?
And his dog's name is Jim.
Jim. The unidentified dog sitter, who Keller said was in the shower when he got home.
Oh, so the dog sitter did show up.
The dog sitter did show up and was in the shower when he got home. Told the news station, quote, she didn't have knowledge of bodily fluids on the couch.
I don't know. So she didn't know those men biblically.
She knew.
She knew those men.
Mm-hmm.
They all knew each other.
It was a regular old Bible study.
Oh, so they were quite knowledgeable.
They were quite knowledgeable. They were filled with the Lord. She also added.
Oh no, what's the next sentence?
I love stupid bullshit like this.
Oh.
I just love when people do stupid things and then tell really bad lies to try to get out of it.
Oh, cool. I love stupid bullshit like this.
She didn't mention any sort of sex acts, but said that the lubricant was in the house because she moved it to remove her keys, which were stuck in her car.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I just ended up grabbing what I had in my car, which was a container of personal lubricant. Live your fucking life, sis.
So you use lube to get stuff out of things.
I didn't finish her quote.
Fine.
And yes, she does use lube to get stuff out. So I ended up grabbing what I had in my car for things, like what I do on my personal time.
That's the quote?
Yes. And I didn't think to put it back in the car.
Were they charged with any sort of intoxication?
I don't know, because this is the point where I just stopped reading the story.
You see, like, people always want to talk about when some shit happens. They're like, this is Donald Trump's America. When there's certain levels of intellectualism, fine, that I hear, and I'm like, that's Donald Trump's America.
Yes. So she used the personal lube that she keeps in her car for her personal time, because she has her personal time in her car, apparently, to get the keys out, which were stuck in the car, which had nothing to do with the shirtless men who were in the house while she was in the shower with the camcorder.
And the pissy dog in the other room.
The pissy dog in the other room.
Which means you didn't walk the dog at all. You didn't even, fucking take the dog, a little jog around the yard, bring him back in.
Nothing.
No, yeah, just put the dog, you'll figure it out. You can hold it, strong bladder.
Cleet Keller The guy who owns the house said it was just a total mess, and I can only imagine what poor Jimbo saw in there.
So Jim is short for Jimbo.
Yep.
Your name is 2 syllables. I'm going to break it down to 2 syllables, but have more consonant letters and takes longer to say. Making sense.
Yeah.
Tally Loco, archive chat space, said, fill me up, Lord.
Whew.
Indeed. But only with the lube.
Only with the lube.
Yeah, just the lube.
Well, you got to use the lube to get the sins out because we're using the lube to extricate things. So it's just...
And then once you get the sins out, you just replace that with barbecue sauce and you're doing
once
all
you
right.
get the sins out, you leave them on the couch.
Oh, that's what the bodily fluids are.
It was just some sinning.
That's why they made that ghost Slimer.
Oh, no.
Right? Every time he went through a wall, he just kind of left behind some sin.
Woo.
And once he leaves behind enough sin, he won't be a ghost anymore. He can go to heaven.
Woo.
I'm pretty sure that's what that character represents.
Wow. WAG, the dog sitting service which Kella said he used to find someone to watch his pup, told news that they launched an investigation into what allegedly took place in Keller's home and have since suspended the dog sitter. A quote from...
Suspended?
Yeah, suspended. Not fired, just suspended.
Wait, like an organization that hires dog sitters or something?
Yeah. Because it was one of their dog sitters that was in the shower while the half-naked guys were on the couch, and then the camcorder and the lube were there, and then the dog was locked up in the piss room. There's a lot happening.
I mean, we could speculate our asses off, which I want to do. This could be a sex workers' rights story, right? Lose back page and shit like that. Fuck it, start using dog sitters and shit like that, and like independent contracting businesses, and do sex work through that.
I'd buy that more if the dog hadn't been locked up for so long. Because like you still weren't doing like the cover job. You still have to do the cover job.
Why not be a preemptive thinker?
Well, here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Keller's dog sitter had a 4.96 out of 5-star rating on WAG and a combined total of 305 dog walks and sittings and passed all background checks. So, I don't know.
Maybe the rest of the dogs knew how to hold their liquid while she fucking baptized that couch.
It doesn't count as baptizing if you're putting sin on it. Baptism is supposed to take sin away.
Huh. Then it's a pew.
My love is blind, can't you see my desire?
It's a pew.
I don't know. That I'm not making sense.
And a quote from WAG, the dog company. We have launched an investigation into this incident and have suspended the sitter from our platform. The circumstances around this incident are unacceptable, and we expect everyone on our platform to conduct themselves in a professional manner. We have worked closely with the dog's owner to restore his trust in WAG and appreciate his understanding. The trust and safety of the WAG community are very important to us.
That was professional. She bought lube and took care of her personal hygiene. Professional.
But not the dog's personal hygiene.
That's the owner's problem, nigga. You wanted a dog. In Tally Loco when they're talking about sofa centers. Because alliteration rules. Alliteration
does rule.
All right.
Alliteration is awesome. Yeah.
In this, that fucking Janet Jackson joint comes in hard. We'll close this out with Alex Jones explaining net neutrality. I guess this is one of those things we're kind of like, 700 episodes, because we are going back in time for this one to 2014. Back when motherfuckers were saying that niggas like me were tripping because we talked about shit like net neutrality, and particularly the folks out there in Seattle had the quote that'll never leave my head. Like back when we were like, hey, Fukushima might be a bit of a problem, and they were like, they're like the Tea Party of the left. I think that's the first one that I heard like that, and then of course there's Bernie Bros, alt left, Russian bot, and all that other shit that we're called now.
All right.
But
Dirtbag left, I think, right? Or scumbag left or something.
Jesus Christ. Or the guy on the Majority Report, the co-host. Mike Michael Brooks.
Mhm.
He calls us the dumb left.
Dumb left.
Yeah.
Dirtbag left. I like it.
Yeah, Benjamin Dixon also calls it the dumb left. He got it from him.
Oh, I thought we were Bernie aggressives.
Damn. You know what? See, and I don't listen to Benjamin Dixon's program, so I don't know if he still says that. That was hot, though. That was what he was bringing to the table. Bernie aggressives.
Very hot.
Let's see. So Alex Jones is going to lace you up in a 3-part mini-series on net neutrality. We will try very hard to not pause and interrupt this genius.
But you know we will, because...
We never do that.
Shut up.
Ever.
Nigga.
FCC to recognize that for most Americans, the internet has become an essential part of everyday communication and everyday life. Yeah, this has been the plan for a decade. Free, quote, Wi-Fi that's paid for by taxpayers, but you have no rights on that Wi-Fi, and you can't get to Infowars.com or DrudgeReport.com.
All right, so on free Wi-Fi, Infowars.com and DrudgeReport.com is not available.
Right.
If I step out into my yard, we live close enough to corporatism that I can get on McDonald's Wi-Fi and go to fucking Infowars and Drudge Report.
Yeah.
White House officials have said they want to shut down, basically. So this is it. They're coming. Drums in the deep.
That's his pausing and scratching his neck. And then he just popped his collar.
This is just a high-tech version of what the Soviets and the Nazis and the Chinese communists and Fidel Castro and every other nutball did. Do you think they like the men that bring them to power? You think Hitler did? You think they like having you around, these little cowardly people?
Now, see, he was trying to figure out where he was going with it, and now he's on to something. He figured it out. Like, they're weak and you're strong.
They like having you around, these little cowardly people.
Mm-hmm.
They hate you. They want total control because they don't like wealth. They don't like power. They don't like success. Do you think they like strong, hardcore men?
Wait, how did we go from they're in power to they don't like power?
From net neutrality to
strong, hardcore men?
I don't know how you go from that to they don't like power, but they like power and strong, hardcore men.
Because they like hyper-masculine homosexuals.
Those are strong, hardcore men. They were the Spartan 300.
300.
150 homosexual lovers.
Strong, hardcore men who've killed a bunch of people? You think they actually like the real instrument? They fear you. They hate you.
Wait, did you just say that his listeners have killed a bunch of people?
Kinda.